Hello and welcome to another fiber vlog. My name is Martina, welcome to We Grow Wild. In this episode I share with you my journey of upcycling an older sweater, one of my first knitted sweaters, and I wanted to modify it because I wanted to make it more wearable. It was a chaotic, creative journey. I learned a new technique, so watch out for that. And let me know if you like this type of videos, and maybe subscribe if you like this content, and enjoy it. Bye.
I'll send the signal flare if everything goes right. Just sleep and dream, or riding on the wave of light. Everything's changed, buried under graves, huddled on the runway, waiting for the night to fly away.
So there's horrible lighting because it's 6 p.m. We're both sick. Mike is in the background, staring at nothing in particular. Feeling sick. We're resting. We're taking care of ourselves, and I'm here to tell you a story. Talking about this garment, which has a very special history. So this is a sweater that I made. It's one of my first sweater. I think it's the second one that I made following a pattern. I made it in Portugal. It was a very special time. We were stranded. We didn't have a house. All of our belongings were in our car, and we were moving every month. It was really an intense time, but also very, very important, I guess, for our process. And my only stash yarn was 2 handfuls of scraps. Scraps that I got in Sweden from like a random project. Like back then, I would consider myself a seasonal knitter, meaning I would just knit hats during the winter for like presents and maybe some socks. I was just like, and not even following a pattern, right? The only yarns I had were a full cone, I think, this tweedy yarn from my mom, and other little like scraps. But I still wanted to learn to knit a sweater, and I self-drafted the sweater, and it turned out it wasn't it just it was the first project. It didn't turn out beautiful. And fast forward, when we were in Portugal, I already had followed a pattern, which was the ripple bralette, and knitted
the ripple bralette.
And knitted.
I heard about this pattern.
I don't even know if I can put out this video. We're so sick. But yeah, that was the pattern that I kind of followed. It was a top, so quite easy, and I've knitted, at that time I knitted maybe 3 or 2 maybe ripple bralettes, but then I wanted to go next level and knit a sweater. So I didn't know how to do it. I didn't know what pattern to follow. I didn't even know how to actually read the pattern, barely, basically. And so I Googled how to knit a sweater, and I found a course on a random platform, and I followed that course. And there they would teach you how to knit a sweater, a raglan sweater, which was the everyday raglan pattern by Ship and Stitch. Was the sweater. I didn't have the yarn. I only had, the handful of scraps, and so I used all of my yarn stash to knit this one. And it's not perfect at all. For some reason, the beginning of the round was at the center of the sweater, so you can see it. It's really in the front. And so I would just do some texture work. I would just I just modify the pattern because that's the way I am, I guess. While I was knitting this sweater, we were really brainstorming and trying to manifest our home and really like thinking about what we wanted in a home, in a land. We were in Portugal and we were really realizing that there was not our place. And I was knitting all the time this sweater while we were in this kind of process of thinking about, our future home. And I had so much inspiration. I was watching wonderful channels, like homesteading channels. I was really in this kind of flow of like inspiration, but we were still on a threshold. We still didn't find our home, didn't find our place at that time. And so, but still, in this sweater, there are all of those stitches charged with excitement and motivation to find our home. And when I finished it, I was really happy, but I never considered this a beautiful sweater. I just thought it was my cute, scrappy sweater. And, the colors are interesting. I don't know why I added these lines of red. I guess because I had that yarn and I thought it was interesting to add some pops of colors. And now I unravel the ribbing of the sleeves because I want to knit them longer. Now this is the ribbing and there is a little bit of garter stitch. So I unravel the ribbing and I want to knit the sleeve longer. So I got some yarn from my stash that is in the colors of the sweater, and I'm gonna do some modifications. But basically what happened 2 years ago is that I gifted this sweater to my sister because she liked it and I wasn't using it. I gifted to my sister and she happily took it. But then throughout these years I would feel a little bit of nostalgia and I would think about this sweater often and feel all of those energy that I put, the motivation and that love that I put in that sweater. And remember those memories, basically, that story of that time. And so she lives in Dublin and she came to Italy for the winter holidays. And I asked her, are you still using that sweater? The one with a lot of colors and some red stripes. And she said, actually, I'm not using it and I would like to gift it to a friend. Is that okay? And I was like, no, you bring it back to me. And so she brought it back and we met and I met again with this sweater and she gave it back to me and I'm so happy. So this sweater is quite cropped and the sleeves are also a bit cropped. So I'm thinking to knit stockinette and then maybe finish with some red. Or I also have, this is a Portuguese yarn, so it could be really fun to add some of this because, I knitted it in Portugal, but we'll see. This is the Badana Retrosari Rosa Pomar. I have some options. Now I have a massive stash compared to back then, so I can knit or modify it so I can wear it again. And I'm really, really excited to start wearing it, even though, it's not perfect at all, but that's not what I need. I don't need perfection, I need this sweater. So that's the little story. I'll catch up with you soon. Thank you for listening. Yesterday I talked about this jumper and how amazing it makes me feel to just look at it. And I decided to use a yarn that is very special to me. It's an Italian yarn created in this farm, Fattoria La Rocca, and I got it last year. I'm holding it double, and it's beautiful because this yarn is a bit irregularly spun, and so I don't know, it creates a beautiful texture. And this red is by far the most gorgeous red I've ever seen. It's just so beautiful. It's like a bit, it has a bit of rust in it as well, like a little bit of brown. I just love it. And I have 2 more skeins, full skeins. This is 1 skein that I balled up and then divided. And I'm thinking to do also the bottom hem. That's the plan. I really love this one so much. But when I'll finish this cuff, I'm gonna try it on and see if I like it. When it comes to our sickness, I've been consulting different books, and this summer I made 2 concoctions for, especially for the cough. One was a plantain syrup and the other one was curry plant, I think it's called in English. It's called, the scientific name is Helichrysum italicum tincture. And we finished it. We finished the tincture already. But it works so well. And one of the books that I recommend if you want to study a bit of herbal medicine is this one. It's a bit of an investment, but I recommend it. It's called Medical Herbalism, The Science and Practice of Herbal Medicine by David Hoffman. And we say it's a brick. So yes, we're resting, I'm knitting, we're watching The Hobbit. I haven't seen it, would you believe it? Just amazing. Of course, the 3 Lord of the Rings are, in my opinion, better in terms of the production and the acting and the scenery. But The Hobbit is also really, really fun and beautiful and exciting to watch. So I'm gonna continue knitting on this scarf, and then when I'll try it on, I'll show you how it looks. So the meeting was like almost 2 hours and I didn't knit much, and I'm going to take a hike, or a walk actually, not a hike. It's dark outside already. My god, I look pretty sick. Hello, I'm back and it's like 8:30 in the evening. I just ate a couple of slices of bread with some blackberry jam. I want to show you the progress on this baby because I finished the neckline and I continue a bit the bottom part of the body, and I'm completely in love with this neckline. So I just did this rolled neckline, just knitted stockinette, and the yarn I'm using is the same one I used for the calves, right? And it's quite irregular, so it creates this kind of rustic feeling, and I love the fact that it rolls down, and so there is this garter situation exposed, and it kind of calls back, can you say that, on the garter lines throughout the sweater. So it's really nice. I love the neckline now a lot more than before. Before it was more polished and more in the main color, but I really love it. I'm enjoying this so much. I love to give some love finally to something that was not used much. And I'm in the bedroom, and it's your mess. We still haven't unpacked, and we came home 3 days ago. So I feel like I want to work a little bit on unpacking and cleaning out and organizing my closet a bit more, like folding things better. And so I'm gonna do that for the rest of the evening, and then I'm just gonna go to bed and read a book. That's the plan. I think I'll catch up with you tomorrow, and I apologize for the state of my face, but we're sick and I still wanted to chat. So yeah, see you tomorrow. Okay, I'm here with the sweater. I unravel the neckline and I tried it on, and I don't like the way it fits me. So this is all part of the process, I guess. Yeah, I don't like the way it fits me, so I'm gonna stick it. It's going to be my first steeking project. I watched several tutorials yesterday when I was in bed. I was like, I need to learn how to steek for my next project, and in the end I'm gonna stick on this one as well. So it's going to be like, I'm gonna try. But it's a bit scary, and I'm gonna share a video on the description box on how people steek, so I don't have to film a tutorial because I am completely a beginner on that. I have no idea how to do it or to explain it, I guess. So I'm gonna find the center of my sweater, and I still haven't casted off this, but I'm gonna sew like a red line in the center, so I know where the center is, and then I'm gonna cast off the bottom hem, and I'm gonna reinforce the two sides and then I'm gonna stick in the middle. I'm gonna use a crochet hook. We'll see if it will work. I need to try this because I really want to use this sweater, but not as a sweater, as a cardigan. It would be perfect. So yes, that's the plan. Y'all, she's gonna be sticked. Can you say that? Very soon. I did this crochet reinforcement. It looks a bit wonky in some areas because I made sure I reinforced those stitches. And yeah, now I'm gonna zip it. I'm gonna cut it. Wish me luck.
Good morning. I'm in a better mood than yesterday. Life, I guess. And yesterday I was about to cut the sweater, this new cardigan now, and ran out of battery, and so I couldn't film the entire process, and I didn't want to wait for my camera to charge, so I just did it off camera, and I just enjoy the process so much. My god. Now I'm knitting the, it's a mess, it's all crunched up band, and I'm doing a 2x2 ribbed bottom band with different tweedy yarns that I had in my stash. I'll show you later where I'm at, but basically I managed to stick it, and it was actually pretty good. Like, I was scared and excited at the same time, and it's really interesting. My entire creative process is always a roller coaster, almost. Unless I strictly follow a pattern or follow an established road, let's say, everything I do can turn out either working well and beautiful and functional, or it can be a disaster. That's part of my creative process, and I can definitely avoid it. I can just follow patterns and follow the rules and all of that, but my feral wild self doesn't allow me to do that often. So yesterday I was a little bit down for things that happened, but also because I was like, I'm gonna, this sweater is doomed. I don't like the way it fits me. Yes, I can stick it, but I'll probably ruin it. It's my first time sticking it, so I kind of was ready to accept defeat, let's say. And I still, worked on it and tried to be precise and follow the little tutorial for steeking. as best as I could, but I was already kind of accepting that it wouldn't turn out beautiful. And in the end it did. I think it fits me well. I love it as a cardigan much more than as a sweater. I truly didn't like the way it fit me as a sweater. I tried it on the day before yesterday and I was like, oh my god, I look like, I don't know, I don't even know how I looked. I didn't look good. I didn't like it. And it's not about looking good, it's about feeling good when you look at yourself, and I didn't. And so I'm really glad I chose to venture into this steeking process. And it was also kind of like a trial, because I'm gonna knit a sweater, the loom pullover, as part of a knit along that I'm doing with fluff, that I'm doing with my wild allies. We're all knitting the loom pullover by Sari Nordlund, but I'm gonna stick it in the end. So I'm gonna cast on 7 more stitches in the front, and those will be my sticking stick stitches, how do you call it? And then after I finish the entire sweater, I'll stick it. So that's really exciting for me. And it's good that that's not the first sticking process or project. Now I finished the round, but you can't see much because I used this super, how would you say, short circle needles. So it's all crunched up.
500 to 700 of them in 25 meters. Lätt rör mig inte alltid. It's better when we're together. Yeah, it's always better when we're together. Dun, 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 dun. Someone is purring, someone is drinking tea. Different behaviors from different species, same meaning.
Which is?
That they are enjoying the shit. Ma che ciacle. Ma che bella ciacle. Ciacle. Ciacle, ciacle, ciacle.
Ma poverina.
Lover. Lover, lover, lover.
I think they will stay up with elastic. Oh my god, they are so cool.
We're done. We're done. We're happy. It's drying. She's done. So last time I showed you, I was knitting the bottom band, and I really love the way it looks now. And I knitted also, I pick up stitches around the bottom of the body. So I decided to knit this ribbing here like that, and it looks gorgeous. And then I re-knitted again the sleeve cuff because I think it fits better with the entire feeling of also the bottom band and the bottom hem. So this is the sticked edge, and is looking a little bit rusty, a little bit messy. So I think at some point when I'll find it, I want to find like a nice ribbon and just sew it here on top of this sticked part, this side as well. But I'm really happy overall This is a beautiful cardigan now. I'm gonna try it on for you. It covers my butt. We're happy. We're very happy. We're the most happy. I'm so glad I ventured into this journey of fixing this instead of like living the way it was and just, you know, not wear it that often. Now I can actually wear it so much, and I love that the sleeves are longer now. I love this button band. I love the Christmassy color of the body, like last part of the body, and the bottom hem. I just love it, and I want to inspire you to do the same. If you have garments that yeah, and I want to do that more as well with many of my garments that I'm not wearing that often. Yeah, I think it's a lot easier to work on something after a long time rather than straight after you finish it. Sometimes it happens that I'm so done with a garment when I cast it off, then I don't want to make modifications. I'm just like, try to accept the way it is, even though it doesn't fit properly. I just try to, you know, be okay with it. But after 1 or 2 years, or even some months, I can definitely pick it up again and add, you know, an extra centimeters on the sleeves because they were too short or whatever. This was a major upgrade, of course. It took me more than a week, I feel like, or at least a week to, you know, fix this. Also, I didn't really have a plan. I re-knitted different parts several times. For example, the sleeves, I re-knitted them twice, and also the button band, I re-knitted it 2 or 3 times because I used different colors in the beginning. I was just experimenting as I was knitting it. So yeah, if I had the plan, it would have taken me a lot less time, but we're here to enjoy and experiment. And this time it went like that. And I'm really happy. Now I weaved in more memories into this beautiful garment, and I'm gonna wear it so much. So happy. So thank you so much for joining me in this journey. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you will take the time to fix the clothes that are not fitting you well or you're not happy with. And you will be so happy, trust me. I'm so over the moon for this. And excuse my outfit, but we are home, it's winter, can't be bothered. So a big hug, and I'll see you soon.